back to our regularly scheduled programming on Friday nights. Fata Morgana. It's back again. After a short little read on Tuesday. And then I didn't stream. I ended up not streaming on Wednesday, which I said might have happened, so that actually did end up happening. And then also, as I said on Tuesday night, tomorrow, when we stream during the day, the first thing we'll do is probably read another 2 or 3 hours of Fata Morgana is my plan. I know that throws off our normally scheduled thing, but this is to just get a little bit more reading in, and ensure that we finish the main story within the next, like, week and a half or so. I think that's doable. Okay. I minimized OBS by accident. We have recap time. Recap of last stream of this on Tuesday. We started with Mel waking up Mikkel slash Michael slash Michelle for some adventure times. And then Mikkel's like, you know what? We've got one key. We need to just like we went through Nelly to get to Mel, we got to go through the nun to get to the assassin guard guy. The assassin guard man. Yukimasa, as we knew him from the door. Bestia is the form he took. All that jazz. We got to go through, seemingly we got to go through the nun because she's probably tied to him. Bada bing, bada boom. Pauline, I think was, you know, her name or whatever back in the second door. That's the theory. That's the working theory. Very quickly that plan goes to shit, basically because the nun is very busy. She's a very busy person with all the people and all the setup for the festival and all that's going on. She's very pushed to the limits. Can't really get good time with her. There's like a crowd of people when we first go to try to talk to her. They're all like, hey, we're getting our wine and bread or something. Move to the back of the line. You can't just, I'm walking here, whatever the fuck. And he's like, oh, this is going to be more difficult than I thought. And Giselle is like, you can't just fucking brute force this or whatever. And he's like, I'm trying so hard to get this done. We have less than 2 days until everything is ruined. Sometimes you got to crack a couple eggs to make an omelet type thing. But he's like, okay. Whatever. I'll talk to her some other time. I'm gonna go check out the door that leads, that needs the keys and that'll lead to the watchtower kind of thing. And he's like jostling the door, and Giselle's like, why don't you just take a chair to the door or something? It'll open up. Maybe you got to try it. Exhaust all your options. He's like, brute force is not gonna open this door. And then the swordsman guy runs into them. He's like, why the hell are you jostling my door? Like, what the hell are you doing here, you random ass stranger? And he basically tried to intimidate Mikkel. And, is like, get away from the door. Why are you messing around? If you don't fucking move, I'm gonna, like, I don't know, kill you, maybe, or something. I rule this place or something. So then they go back outside, and I kind of forget how, but there's some scene, and basically Nelly somehow helps us get some time with the nun. I don't remember exactly how that worked out, but Nelly was there, and it played that Nelly music that was like, doo 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 doo, and she said some stuff, and then somehow that just allowed us some time with the nun alone. I don't think it's really important. Just know that Nelly, despite, you know, her just being a little child, she's helpful. I think that's basically... I think that's basically what we have to just summarize from that. So then basically Mikkel asks the nun about the swordsman. And she's like, I barely know the guy. I just know that he exists. We're not tied. I don't know what you're implying. And she's very adamant about that. He's like, oh, I thought you were like romantically interested in him. And she's like, I'm a fucking nun. I can't do that kind of stuff. And what are you talking about? And that goes on for like a long time. This back and forth of him being like, are you sure you don't know the swordsman guy? Are you sure you're not romantically involved with him? Are you sure you aren't on friendly terms with him? And she's like, I don't know how many times I can say it. I'm a nun. And if you ask me again, I'm gonna get you in trouble or something. And he's like, oh, this is not working. And then towards the end of that conversation, I think Mikhail, like, desperate, he's like, okay, you're not gonna fucking believe me, but there's a girl being trapped in the watchtower, and basically kidnapped and held back there, like, against her will. And she's like, that doesn't make sense. That's so stupid. Like, you just want the Lord's wealth or something that he probably stores up at the watchtower or something. And so she basically gets sort of pissed about how insistent he is about all this, right? He's like so adamant, like, I'm just going to just constantly keep talking and saying that this thing is happening, and hopefully she'll relinquish at some point. So then she gets pissed, she leaves, and then Mikhail, like, I think he just like passes out or something. He like just collapses out of like exhaustion maybe. And then he goes into this like dream / in-between realm where he sees like a snapshot copy of like Morgana from the past or something. And they just like talk. They just like hang out for a bit. They just sort of like connect about their lives being sort of like similar and having like these tragic pasts or whatever. And it's kind of weird because it's like, who is, it's just like, it's like he's talking to like a memory fragment, because it was like, I don't think he has access to Giselle at this point, and he's like, where the fuck am I? Everything seems like this dream-like quality kind of thing. So they talk about for a bit, and then it's like nighttime, and he's like sleeping or something, and he finally wakes up, and Mel comes into the room late at night and says that the swordsman asked for both of them to go meet with him. And Mikhail's like, this is setting off so many alarms, but like, I have to go here because we have now almost just 24 hours until this thing all falls to shit. I gotta talk to him, even if it's on his own weird terms. Like, I just gotta go. Like, what else am I gonna do? So then we have Mikhail, we have the swordsman guy, who I don't think they revealed his name in this part yet. We have all those people, and they go and they sit at a table, a candlelit dinner thing of like this awkward meal that has just like bread and like some porridge or something. We get this very tense and awkward meal meeting with the three of them. Mikhail doesn't like bite onto the swordsman's like leading questions. Basically, he basically asks these questions about like, oh, how do you know Mel? And if he was a bad person, would you think bad of Mel? And then Mikhail's like, I'm not gonna answer your fucking questions. Like, this is stupid. Like, this is getting us nowhere. I don't know what you're trying to get, what you're trying to pull. So then finally the swordsman's like, all right, well, we're not getting anywhere with this, and we're just wasting everyone's time. Go away. I don't need you anymore. So then we go back to the room. There's some noise by the window. Giselle's like, what's that noise? It might be the swordsman or whatever. And then literally a hand just comes out of like the dark abyss, is at least what the CG was showing, and like grabbed or attacked us. And then that's where we ended, on such a cliffhanger a couple streams ago, or a stream ago, I guess I should say. And that's where we're at. That's the recap. Not much. The last two recaps, there hasn't been like a ton to recap. And I don't know if that's just because the pacing has slowed down a bit, or I've slowed down a bit, or a combination of both. How is it? Is it good? How is it is? You're talking about the story? It's been pretty good. It's been interesting, if that's what you're talking about. But I don't know what it is. It could be anything. Let's load it up. Hopefully we get to see the hand animation again. And by animation, I mean a still image that just pops on the screen. The way I saved it. Yep, we do. Here we go. It's going to happen again. Hand attack. Ooh. Yeah, grabbed by the ghoulies right there. It's like Master Hand from like a Zelda thing. You know, you just get dragged into the floor or the ceiling. I forget how that works. And with it... Is that the Jork in my peanuts or whatever fucking copy pasta? Yeah, Fata Morgana's been fun. It's been a fun time. It's been interesting. I'll have, obviously, many... I think we're entering, like, a final stretch of the game. And I'll, of course, have lots of ending thoughts when we finish. I'm very curious how this plane of a story lands. She screams. I assume this is the swordsman guy. I assume he's, like, gonna talk to us late at night, right? God damn it, there's someone in there. Who's in there? It's a ghost. There's a ghost out there. Get away from the window. Hurry, you don't want it to possess you. Calm down. Your scream startled me far more than anything. How am I supposed to calm down? We have to go find Mel and get another room. We can't stay in this one any longer, no way. I don't think it was a ghost. In fact, I'm going after them. What? No, you can't be serious. Miguel! Chase the ghost. Find the ghost. I'm pretty sure they went this way. Let's go back to the mansion. You're chasing a ghost. You're out of your mind. You know, now that I think about it, she's essentially a ghost herself, afraid of another ghost. I think I saw movement in the bushes over there. Is this the one? And then bush. Oh my god, it's her! Is this Maria? From Third Door? Is that this era's Maria? Is this gonna be the final connection to the Lord? And so we have all the pieces? Oh man. I'm just thinking about things. Okay. Guy, you found me. Is that who I think it is? Be a good boy and pretend you never saw me. Got it? I'm off. God, she's got so much sass, dude. Hold on. Go after her. Chase. It's not a ghost. In fact, it's a bitchy lady from the Third Door who ruined everything. Stop, please. I want to talk to you. You stop. Why are you chasing me? For the record, I wasn't breaking in for nefarious reasons, so you don't need to take me into the guards. I'm not going to report you. All I want to do is talk. I've got nothing to say to you. Well, I do, so please stop. What's your deal anyway? You some kind of creep? No. How the hell's a man chasing a woman down a dark road not a creep? As if you look any less suspicious. Screw off and stop chasing me, damn it. I like the fact that she still has that attitude. This attitude in this era thing. She's still a sassy lady. Then stop running. Is someone there? Perfect. Help, please, I'm being chased by a strange man. What are you? He's going to do terrible things to me. Oh my god, it's just a meeting of everyone. Everyone's in the forest late at night for some reason. I don't know, fuck it. Bring everyone here. Where's Mel? Where's Nellie? Bring the swordsman here. Let's all meet in the forest late at night. Is this as bad as it looks? It's worse. What's going on here? Wait a minute. Don't do anything rash. I can explain. I'm completely innocent. Maria? Oh. Well then. Things are suddenly looking better for us. So it would seem. What are you doing here, Maria? Wait, are you... Is that you, Pauline? What? They know each other. And she called her... So I was right. That is your name. That is my earthly name. It is not who I am now. I am Marie. I no longer go by that name. Marie? That's your name? That's a fucking laugh. You're joking? Are you joking? I'm not. And that outfit, you become a nun or something? That part of the gag? That's why you call yourself Marie, huh? Name suits you a hell of a lot better than me. The Virgin Mary's namesake grows up to be a whore, while sweet little Pauline grows up to be a genuine Virgin Mary. What do you say? Want to take my earthly name and I'll take yours? You don't have to be so crude. This seems like it could go south very quickly. That reminds me, I heard word there was a saintess or whatever at the church here. That you? A saintess, huh? That's just what people call me. I don't actually consider myself a saint. Pure as ever, I see. If it were me, I'd let them put me up on that pedestal, bask in their worship for a while, then swipe all the tithes and get the hell out. You're unbelievable, Maria. Oh, just kidding. Don't take what I say so seriously. What did you come here for, Maria? That's what whores do. We come and go. We're anywhere and everywhere, and then we're gone. You do realize this is a church, right? I know. Sacred ground, no place for a dirty old prostitute like me. Going to hell, yada yada. I didn't say that. I'd prefer you refrain from working on church property. I was on my way out, in fact, but then this white-haired dude came after me. He's like, what the hell? I do believe you tried to break into my room first. What? You keep your mouth shut. You tried to break in? What for? What's it matter what for? I'm a whore. Maybe someone hired me. Or maybe I came to pillage the tithe box. Was it the Lord? Is that who you came to see? Huh? Why would you assume the Lord of all people? There are plenty of other men in need of my services. I thought there might be something between you two. Man, that's like Mikhail's like fucking catchphrase. That's how what he said. Because obviously he thinks everyone's linked because of the doors he had gone through and is trying to piece it all together and thinks that everyone's got like paired off basically. I just love how often he's like, I thought there might be something between you two. There's nothing between us. Everyone's denying their connections to each other. So, since you're here, Maria, do you want to stop by my place for a bit? So you can grill me about what I'm here for? No, I'll admit I'm curious, but if you don't want to talk about it, I won't try and force you. We just haven't seen each other in so long. I'm sure we've got plenty to catch up on. Come on, surely you can stay for tea at least. They don't call you the saintess for nothing, huh? You'll even invite a whore into your house for friendly chit-chat. Really gotta hit that H for that word. Oh. I'd wish you'd stop calling me that. You're an old friend who I haven't seen in years. It's only natural to want to catch up, is it not? They're old friends? Not sure what exactly applies to us, you know? But sure, why not? Though, to tell you the truth, I have no idea what the hell we'd even talk about, so I'll agree to come on one condition. Whitehair here comes with. Who? Me? You can't let this opportunity go. Now that we know the nun is Pauline, we might be able to get more out of her. That's fair, but still. I'm not sure how comfortable I am bringing a man into the house with only girls. And I'm not sure how comfortable I am going. What's the big deal? You afraid he might turn feral? No, he ain't that kind of guy. You got nothing to worry about. You seem to trust me quite a bit for someone who you just met. Not so much trust, more like the air you give off. Air? You don't look like you've got the balls to do it. What did you just say? Unintentionally low blow by Maria there. Damn it, that stings worse than she has any way of knowing. Don't let it get to you. There's nothing you could do about that. Well, what are you waiting for? Go on, get your butts moving. Okay. I'm not sure I like where this is going. Giselle's right, though. This could be a good chance to get some new information. What is it? I just remembered. Something vital? She called me a creep. Giselle, you gotta fucking lock in, okay? In the third door, she kept calling me a creep. It just occurred to me now that she was talking about me like that by my back. Can't believe she would do that. Let it slide for now. Something she does in the future, after all. I'm not a creep, am I? Well, considering what you were like at the time, I can't really blame her for thinking that. Wish I could erase that phase of my life entirely. Even I get shivers thinking of the maid me. I honestly don't think it was that bad myself. I'll take that as a compliment. Please do. That maid outfit, though, is quite all right. God, I need everyone. I need everyone in this story to lock in. All right, everyone, get serious. Oh, hello, dearest Mikkel. What brings you here so late? Did you come to see me? Who's a pipsqueak? She lives here. I took her in. Oh, it's a strange lady, and she's wearing almost nothing. Are you not cold in that? Girl, you don't make it in this business worrying about the cold. What kind of work do you do? Well, your clothes are really pretty colors, like something a princess would wear. In a way, I am kind of like a princess. A wicked princess who goes around seducing. Maria? She does not need to hear that. Oh, what's the fuss? I'm just giving her a glimpse of the real world. And you think now is the time for that? This isn't awkward or anything. Also, what's this dearest Mikkel about? You two a thing or something? Seems a bit young for you. No, that's just what she calls me. That's what I call my brothers. He's my number 2 brother, but we're not related. My real brother's back at the church. He's got the same color hair as me, and we look a little alike. Oh, really? Must be a pretty good-looking fellow if he's related to you. Of course he is. I wouldn't let him be my brother if he didn't look good. That's quite the assertion, Nelly. So lively in there. I'm stranded in uncharted territory. I love how snarky fucking Mikkel can be during these, like, has been. I gotta appreciate it. I love it. Giselle says, oh, I bet you're stiff as a board out there. Yeah, easy. Relax, deep breaths. You're asking the impossible. All right, well, sit down and make yourselves comfortable, everyone. I'll go make some tea and something to snack on while I'm in there. It's a girls' night in. This'll be fun. Why is Mikkel here, though? You have no idea how much I wish I knew. Oh, that's not important. But you know what is? 3 girls, 1 guy. That's gotta be rough. Actually, make that 4 girls. Huh? Why would that be rough? Tell me, you got 3 girls in 1 room. What do you think they're gonna be talking about? Love! Romance! And there he sits, all alone in a pink cloud of girl talk. That sounds uncomfortable. And we get to watch him twist and squirm. It's very much the, like, stereotypical, oh, a guy can't handle himself around a group of girls. Waka waka, that's so wacky. Like, if I was in there, I'd just be, like, hanging out. Just hanging out, man. That sounds like fun. What do they think I am, their plaything? I didn't just send you smiling too, did I? Oh, no, not at all. I was just thinking I feel kind of bad for you. Why don't I believe you? We don't have time for this. Morgana's still locked up in that tower, even as we speak. I get where you're coming from, but I don't think this will turn out to be a waste of time. All 3 of them have ties to the men with the keys. We could very well learn something from their conversation that could lead to a breakthrough. So I say we participate, see where it goes. What's this? Already friends, you two? Yup, I like this new lady a lot. She's a sweet little girl. What's not to love? You know, that kind of makes me jealous. Took you a long time to warm up to me, Nelly. What? No, it didn't. I don't know. Felt to me like you were keeping your distance. Well, you know, it's not easy to work up the courage to talk to a real-life saint. Oh, Nelly, you know it's not that big a deal. I'm not even a real saint. So, what's the conversation? Love? Romance? How about your taste in guys? Oh. Do you have anyone, a crush, a special someone? You do, don't you? I'm a servant of God, the Father, so no, do not have anyone. Oh, come on, we won't tell, promise. Forbidden love, so romantic, so exciting. You know, I think you should go first, Nelly. I like princely boys. My brother is the closest thing to my ideal. Oh, and I mean my real brother. You don't say. And you, Maria? What kind of guys do you like? Me? I like me a nice, subservient man. Someone who knows I'm in charge. Subtlety isn't her strong suit, huh? Why not someone you can always count on, or encouraging and supportive, or sweet and kind? Someone like that would be... Guys like that only light you little tween girls' fires. Things get a little more complicated as you get older. Life stops being quite so simple, so you start wanting to find someone who will make the daily load of shit even a little bit easier to swallow. Really? I'm not sure I want to grow up anymore. Though I guess that's partly a result of who I am, so who knows? Maybe you'll have it a little better. I hope so. Okay, now it's your turn, Sister Maria. Not Maria. Me? I suppose I could tell you who my favorite angels are. Lame. Participate. No, it has to be someone real. You have to have someone. I already told you. There's someone else who hasn't gone yet. I can go after that, can't I? Who else is there? You know, that's not a half bad idea. Agreed, I want to know too. No dodgy answers either. What? What kind of girl do you like, Mikkel? What? You're not supposed to bring me into the conversation. Lighten up, loosen up, let us have it. But, it's a very complicated, personal matter. Then how about we make things simple, turn it into a choice? A choice? Of the three of us, who ticks the most boxes on your complicated tastes? Oh my, if the game makes me pick. Don't make me do it, game. Don't make me do it. Don't think too hard about it, just pick one. Me? The teensy tiny one? That's so bad. Don't pick Nelly. For the love of God, I hope no readers pick Nelly. Don't do it. Or the nun. If this game makes me pick, like me, the reader, pick, it's such an easy choice. Who it'll be? Who will it be? Who will it be? What on earth have I gotten myself into? The way they're staring at me. I'm not getting out of this. Oh, okay, it's making me pick. Wow. Okay. I mean, I could sit here and, like, explain my reasoning. Oh. Shit, it's not gonna make me just pick one of the three. Oh, there's an I'm not interested in women option is very interesting. Oh. You're kind of an asshole if you don't pick I already have someone, though. You're such an asshole. She's watching you. Now, to be fair, if you didn't pick I already have someone, that doesn't answer the question because that doesn't answer the tastes. They didn't say, oh, who would you go at? Like, who, or like, are you currently lusting after or something? Like, they literally ask. But I feel like you'd be an asshole if you don't say I already have someone. Though this is dodging out of the answer. And I feel lame picking it, but I'm picking it. I get brownie points. Honestly, you say that because you know Giselle's watching and you get brownie points. Whether she would admit it or not, she would be totally into you saying that. It makes you, in the immediacy, thinking, like, oh, I'm thinking of her still. I know she's in my head. But also, you know that she's watching. If you pick someone, one of the three, then immediately Giselle's like, oh, you're comparing. What? Really? Psh, that's no fun. You can still tell us what lights your fire, at least, even if you've already got someone. Loving someone is a beautiful thing. I will pray for God to grant you both his blessing. What's she like, though? I want to know. Tell us about her. What's she like? She's always smiling. She's a very cheerful, energetic person. The opposite of me in many ways. So is she staying at the mansion with you? No, I'm here alone. Does she not feel the same way about you? Unrequited love, is it? You poor thing. It won't be cheap, but I'll keep you company for the night if you want. Chill, Maria. She loves me too. Then why isn't she here? If you're a couple, you're supposed to stay together. Did you leave her behind when you left? Circumstances prevent us from seeing each other right now. I can always feel her there by my side, but I can't see her. What circumstances? Now, Nelly, don't be prying. It's a personal matter, one I'm sure isn't easy for him. Will you ever be able to see her again? I have faith that I will, because when I see her next, in the flesh, I need to take her by the hands, look her in the eyes, and tell her something very important. Oh, how romantic. Mikhail? Is she somewhere really far away, or is there something else getting in your way? Women are fickle creatures, though. You may think she'll always love you, but spend enough time apart, and who knows how those feelings might change. We're not as bullheaded as you guys tend to be. While you're here, away from her, she should find someone else she likes. Or she could find someone else she likes. Or maybe she already has. I would never... Feelings will never change. She spent more time waiting for me than you can possibly imagine. Though there were times she lost sight of what she was waiting for. Deep down in her heart, she never forgot about me. I know that for a fact. I don't buy that sickly sweet her love is eternal crap one damn bit. It's short-sighted, ignorant. People change, their feelings change. It's the ones you think you care most about who will inevitably stab you in the back one day. I don't know why her who'll stumbled me there. That's what people do. You've just never had the pleasure. But one day, you will. You'll taste the bitterness of betrayal. Is there anyone in your life you care about more than yourself? Not a one. You wouldn't understand what we have together then. Got her. Got her. But someday, if you ever find someone who means that much to you, I think you'll come to understand that it is possible to love someone even if they do sometimes cause you pain. You're telling this to a whore. That already had me out of the running. That already has me out of the running. I don't think that's true. Anyone can find someone no matter who they are. Doesn't matter how old you are, what kind of work you do, or if you're a noble or a peasant. Oh, come on. You're making it sound like I'm the bad guy here. In this case, she might actually be more mature than you, Maria. Oh, shove it. Now that Mikhail's answered, it's your turn. What? Do I really have to? You do. Everyone else has answered. Like I said, I don't have anyone. Oh, don't forget about the tea I made. It's going to get cold. Anyway, I'm more interested in catching up with you, Maria, than talking about boys. What happened after you left? Alright, sure. We can talk about that. Damn. Pauline squirmed her way out of answering. An orphanage? Yep, Neither of us had parents or family, so we were raised in an orphanage. Beyond the second door, Pauline had a family that seemed to be quite well off. I guess that's not the case here. So you grew up together then? Sister Maria's never told me about her childhood friend. Maurice. I think I said Maria again, my bad. I don't like to talk about the past. Not the best of memories, after all. I'd say we're both lucky we made it this far in life. You still keep in touch with that shit heap of a director? Now, don't talk about him like that. He's not a bad person. Yeah, I know. In your mind, everyone's not a bad person. He isn't, really. But yes, he stops by occasionally to check in. He was the one who set me on the path to becoming a nun. He always was fond of you. Perfect little angel you were. I doubt he liked me any more than anyone else. Compared to you, I was a damn gremlin. You were a naughty girl, weren't you, Maria? The naughtiest girl around. I'd throw rocks at the walls, making all these little holes, and one time, I even filled the director's shoes with dog shit. That would make anyone angry. I wasn't always a little twat, mind you. Twat. Oh, Maria, the way you speak. The director either loved you or hated you. There was no middle ground. And if he didn't like you, life was hell. He'd make you go without supper, force you to sleep outside, shit like that. That's awful. I had no idea he was doing that to you. You could have said something. Like that would have made a difference. You adored the damn director. You never would have believed me over him. Once you put your trust in someone, you refuse to believe they could be anything less than perfect. Completely blinded by faith. You do. The only reason you're willing to believe me now is because it's been so long, and because there are other people here. Dang. This would probably be a good time to step in, Mikhail. Change the subject or something. I feel kind of bad for her. How long were you two together? Until we were around 10, I think. Does that sound about right? Sounds about right, yeah. Got fed up with everything and ran off. Ended up at a brothel. Been a whore ever since. It's been, 10 years now? Practically a veteran. Do you like life at the brothel better than the orphanage, Maria? Between the two, take the brothel any day. There I've got friends and colleagues. Although, did lose a whole bunch of them 4 years ago. 4 years ago. I remember hearing word of a brothel raided by bandits around that same time. Was that where you worked, Maria? Yep, and what a nightmare that was. I mean, why the hell would you raid a whorehouse? Why not go after some noble's estate, or the damn lord for that matter? A brothel, raided by bandits. 4 years ago. What's the matter? Trying to make those forehead wrinkles permanent? I know I shouldn't be surprised, but I'm beginning to think Maria might have had some contact with Morgana in life as well. Oh? 4 years ago would make Morgana 12, and where was she then? I have a question for you, Maria. Was there a girl by the name of Morgana at that brothel? You know Morgana? So my suspicion was right. Yeah, Morgana was there. Me and the other girls looked after her together. But after the bandits razed the place, I never saw her again. What a travesty that was. It was chaos. Only a handful of us even survived. Figured she'd either been killed or sold off somewhere. But if you know her, that means she's alive, right? It's great to hear. Been worried about her ever since. Oh man. Well, they know Morgana's being trapped right now. Mikhail, Morgana's the Saintess's name, isn't it? That's what you told me. Huh? Saintess? That's right, Nellie. That is indeed the name of the person who performed your miracle. And she's locked up in the tower now? Locked up? Oh god. You told Nellie all that nonsense too, Mikhail? It's not nonsense. Mel told me everything. It's all true. Oh my god, everyone's on the getting on the same page. It's all happening. It's snowballing. He feels terrible about what he's done, but he can't set her free by himself. Now you too. We need the other two keys. The Lord has one, and his bodyguard has another. After learning the truth, I knew I had to tell you. But I was too afraid you wouldn't believe me. And if you didn't believe me, something bad might happen to Mel. It's not good to tell lies, Nellie. And the same goes for your brother as well. What? The Lord stores his valuables in that tower. That's why it's locked up and you can't get in. I mean, the ultimate question here is Pauline, does she genuinely not know, or is she covering because she knows she's benefiting from the situation? You know what I mean? Like, is she just playing ultimate cover-up because she has to? Because she's part of, like, the whole system? She knows that it'll unleash chaos if it ever got out that was what was going on, or is she genuinely left in the dark and she doesn't know? Part of me, I could see it going either way, but like, if she genuinely doesn't know and she's acting so defensive, then she's like, genuinely just thinks that the Lord could be doing no wrong. The other one would make a lot more sense in that she would be covering up because she knows it would be so bad if it got out. So that makes a little more sense to me, but I genuinely, to me, it's like 50-50 if she actually knows or not. I'm curious to see. I assume we will know soon, but... Or are all three of you after his wealth? Of course not. And you, Mikhail, you need to stop planting these strange suspicions and... See, this is exactly what I was talking about. Oh, is Maria coming to my defense? You haven't changed one bit. You won't even give someone the time of day if they're saying anything that contradicts someone you've decided you trust. Damn. Can the watchtower, was it? Can you not bust the door down? Still lost as hell here. But the long and short of it is Morgana might be in that tower? She is, yes. Dude, I was thinking about this the other day, but now, like, I don't think I said it. It was probably in between this and last stream, but like, what if it ends up being they rile everyone up, they get the keys, they get in there, and Morgana's not in there. And like, people like the nun get like vindicated, and it causes like this whole big problem, because it's like, we've built we've gone on this long goose chase, and told everyone that this thing is definitely the situation. It'd be so fucked up. It'd be a big problem. And then it just, the credits roll. When we go in, there's no one in there. Game over. It might be possible to break down the door with a dozen or so people to help, but that's infeasible. Besides, opening the door isn't our only objective. So, we need the other keys. Correct. It's not true. He would never do that to someone. People think he's scary and mean, but they're wrong. He's a sweet, respectable man. He would never lock up an innocent girl. I think this, even those lines are making it seem like she just trusts. Trusts. I don't think she knows. Even though everyone else is saying he would. If I don't believe in him, then who will? So you are more than acquaintances. If you really have that much faith in his goodness, then tell us that after you've seen what he's done. Pauline? Assuming, hypothetically, there really is someone in the tower, there's nothing I could do about it. I'm a nun. I have no real authority here. I'm just a pretty face. Nevertheless, he started this to help you. So if you tell him to stop, he might actually listen. Please, Sister Marie, help us set the Saintess free. Your ability to trust someone so completely is actually pretty amazing. But if you let it turn into blind faith, it'll come back and bite you in the ass. Could I please ask the two of you to leave? An old friend of mine might be being held prisoner right now, and you expect me to just scamper on home? Go. She is a little too innocent, perhaps, but I don't think her faith is entirely blind. You are a woman who is capable of making decisions for herself. I know you are. Yes, you've placed your complete faith in one man, but that hasn't stopped you from considering what you should do with your own life. You were never short-sighted. We only met yesterday. What could you possibly know about me? Give me some time. Until tomorrow. Time to think about what to do. As you wish. Oh shit, sorry. I have my phone charger. See, my phone's about to die. Ooh. Perfect. Let me throw that down there. Okay, cool. So, is that all really true? It is. How do you know any of that, though? It's gonna be Schrodinger's, Morgana in a watchtower box. She's there and also not there until we prove that one or the other, and we open it up. Because... what story should I go with this time? Should I use the letter again? Forget it. That's not important. Pipsqueak ain't one to go throwing around accusations like that for shits. Point is, I'll take your word for it. And if we get the door open and it turns out there's no one there, no, I'm done. So you believe me? You're not lying, are you? No, I'm not. Then that's that. Frustrating part is, winning over a whore isn't going to get you very far toward fixing anything. That's not true. Just knowing you believe me is reassuring. If you say so. Could I ask you something? You did come here in search of the Lord, didn't you? He has the third key, without which we cannot get into the tower. And my gut tells me you're the one who's going to make that possible. Why would you think that? Because you have a very strong connection to him. Oh, what if she just like yoinks it from him? Just yoink the key from him while you're doing your business or whatever. You may think I sound crazy, but your souls are inextricably bound together. Our souls? Don't even joke. I know how it sounds, but that's the only way. Okay, you got me. I'm done lying. You're right, I came here looking for the Lord. There's rumors going around saying he's been seen coming in and out of the church here. So I figured I'd take the opportunity to cave his fucking skull in. You... what? What you gonna do about it? Call the guards on me? No, I won't. But tell me, why do you want to kill him? Why? What, are you not from around here? Well, you should know he's one hell of an aggressive ruler. I won't deny what he's done wonders for the economy. City's a great place to be if you're a merchant. Taxes are lower than anywhere else, and all you need is enough money and you can buy citizenship. But for the people who've lived here our whole lives, the poor, the peasants, those who need the most help, it's only getting harder to stay afloat. The gap's getting bigger by the day. While the main street's looking lavish and lively, people are literally starving to death on the back streets. He tore down this vineyard that's been around for generations to make room for more shops. And sure, you can import some damn fine wine from some other city, but where does that leave everyone who can't afford it? That reminds me. In the third door, he ran some other company's factory out of business for his own profit. Different businesses, same practices. Giselle? The merchants, especially those who came in from other cities, get treated like kings, but the Lord still has plenty of enemies. I see. So you're someone who doesn't think highly of him, then? Pretty much. What would killing one man accomplish, though? Not much, probably. It'd make me feel a hell of a lot better, though. Do you not actually know the Lord in person, then? I've met him before, so I know who to look for. But that's about it. There's none of this... oh, what'd you call it? Inextricably linked souls crap? No fucking thank you. Maria says she's met him, and Morgana mentioned seeing prostitutes at the Lord's Manor when she was first taken there. Could she have been one of them then? Changing the subject a bit, there's something I wanted to ask you about Pauline. Frankly, her being a nun doesn't make a damn lick of sense to me. Well, what do you mean? I mean, this isn't what she wanted with her life. When we were kids, at the orphanage, she wasn't exactly this pillar of faith. We said grace before meals, but only because those were the rules. All ceremony, nothing more to it. She appears to be quite devout to me. I'm thinking something had to have made her that way. Forced her into the role. The girl I knew was pretty unexceptional. Had her head in the clouds, though, so never really got along. But she was always talking about how, when she left the orphanage, she'd found the perfect man, fall in love, get married. You could practically see the hearts in her eyes. They'd buy a comfortable house, have a few kids, maybe get a dog. It'd be a happy family, warm, peaceful. And every time she told me this, I'd snort and tell her she needed to get herself a more original dream, at which point she'd start crying and calling me mean. Wow, Rio was an impressively jaded 10-year-old girl. She was a girl in love with love, and now she's a bloody nun. Guess it kind of makes sense as an extension of her unwavering trust shtick, but, I mean, come on. Surely she could have chosen someone better to put that trust in. Anyway, guess what I'm trying to get at is, as unreceptive as she was back there, she wasn't doing it maliciously. Not that I have any right to defend her after all the shit I gave her about it. You know, you're making it very hard to tell whether you like her or not. Don't think too hard about it. Just sticking up for an old acquaintance. Anyway, I think I'll head back. As concerned as I am about Morgana, there ain't much I can do. Guards aren't gonna believe the ramblings of some whore, especially not when she's making accusations about the damned Lord. That part's gonna be the real bitch, I figure. If there's anything I can do, let me know. You can find me at the brothel in town. Well, I'm off. It's late. I'm not sure how safe it is for you to be wandering around in the dark alone. Maybe I should accompany you? Don't worry, it's my home turf. And besides, if someone did attack, pretty sure I could outrun you. And overpower you at that. Worst part is, she's probably right. But... oh, am I gonna answer something? Ooh. No, I think we would not let her just easily go, right? Also, I gotta check. Okay, cool. I had to make sure my folder was empty. Okay. I'm gonna guess that letting her just go is probably the less ideal thing. I would feel better knowing you made it back safely. I'm telling you, I don't need an escort. But if you insist, you're welcome to accompany me. Brothel's in the back streets. If you want, you can even stay for a bit, have a little fun. I think I'll have to pass. Maybe one day you'll get that stick out of your ass. Giselle? Giselle? What? Hello? What is it? You've been so quiet, I was getting concerned. It's good to know you're still there. I guess I sort of dozed off for a bit. I'm fine though, no need to worry. Are you sure? Yeah, just, remind me what's going on, would you? Oh my god, she's not locked in. You're positive nothing's wrong? Positive as positive can be. I promise I just nodded off. I just convinced Maria to let me escort her back to the brothel. Seriously? Should I not have offered? I didn't think you were thoughtful enough to accompany a lady home at night. That's a low blow. I thought that's what Didier would have done, so that's what I did. Ah, I see. Well, make sure she gets back safely then. I will. Yo, you just gonna stand there? Get moving or I'll leave you in the dust. Ha 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 ha. Slowpoke. Alright, this should do. Back streets aren't particularly welcoming of new faces popping up and wandering around after dark. Wouldn't want you to get mugged on your way back. I don't need that on my conscience right now. Alright. Out of curiosity, is the brothel you work at now the same one that was attacked 4 years ago? Nah, different place. Unless someone's done something with it, the one from 4 years ago is still abandoned. Thought about fixing it up, getting everyone back together, but there's not many of us left, and well, not even sure I want to go back myself, you know? Understandable. What was Morgana like when she was there? Not sure what to tell you. She never talked much, so I'm not sure if she even liked being around us. I can assure you she did. She's told me her time at the brothel was one of the few chapters of her life she remembers fondly. If that's true, that's great to hear. There were times I thought maybe we should take her to an orphanage somewhere, but, well, you know how my experience living at one of those went, so yeah. But at the same time, it's not like a bunch of whores were gonna make better parents. so I was never really sure what the right thing to do was. And then after the raid, well, felt like shit. She didn't have to be there, but I stupidly thought it was a good idea to keep a little girl in the lawless back streets. Can't tell you what the best choice would have been, but I can tell you her time with you changed her for the better. So you don't need to feel guilty about choosing to keep her there. I appreciate it. It's not too much trouble. Could you tell me about Morgana in more detail? It's a bit late tonight, so how about tomorrow? Got a little something I want to give you too. Oh? It's nothing much, but you'll see. I'll sneak into the courtyard again tomorrow night. All right. I'll meet you there then. Anyway, I'm off. Actually, one last thing before I go. Take this. What? A knife? To protect yourself. You sure don't look like you're carrying anything. I'm not, but if I take this, then you... It's fine, I've got two. You have... Collecting pointy things is one of my hobbies. Oh, okay. That doesn't sound like the safest hobby. Anything with a knife. Sharp tip sends shivers down my spine. Makes my heart skip a beat. I'm not sure those are appropriate feelings to have about blades. This reminds me of the time Jacopo gave Maria a cartridge. She got pretty excited about that too. I can understand taking an interest in weaponry, but hers seems somewhat excessive. Dangerously so. Anyway, I don't see why you shouldn't take it. She has a point. It is dangerous out at night. I'd honestly rather not be carrying a knife at all. What? Why not? They scare you? I'll be fine. It's only for self-defense, not hurting other people. Really, you don't have to worry about me. I do appreciate the consideration, though. If you say so. Okay, I'll take it. Thank you. It's nothing. Just give it back to me tomorrow night, and we're all good. Anyway, see you then. Stay warm. Pretty sure I'm dressed much warmer than her. We should get going, too. Alright. It is chilly tonight, though. It's true. Did you hear that? I thought I heard a voice. I did. Came from the bushes over there. I'm gonna go see if I can get a little closer. It's true. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. They're all... Uh-oh. About the observation tower? Oh shit. Do you believe it is? Are we witnessing a tryst? In any circumstances, I would just walk away and let them be. But she mentioned the tower, so I can't. We should listen in. Try not to get caught. Agreed. Several different people have told me the same thing. That there's someone being held in the tower. Who was the first to mention it? Mikkel, you know, the man who showed up yesterday. Oh, you should not say my name. That is that. She broke an unwritten rule. When you get info like this, you don't sell out your sources. Come on, man. He's staying in a room in the mansion. Ah, the one with the white hair. Yeah, him. God, she even told him where I'm staying. Who else told you? Nellie. And while he hasn't said anything to me personally, she says Mel confirmed as well. I see. There is no need for concern. The only thing in the tower is the Lord's fortune. I mean, they're not wrong. They're kind of like... they're half lying when they say that, because aren't they making a bunch of bank from selling the blood potions? So saying that it's the Lord's fortune, it's kind of true, kind of accurate. Trust me, please. Pauline, you know how many enemies the Lord has? You know many of them would like nothing more than to see him fall. This allegation that he is someone imprisoned on his personal property is nothing more than a fabrication by these people. Don't be one of them. Support him. Support me. It's a terrible shame Mel and Nellie think the Lord would do such a thing. Don't listen to him, Pauline. He's lying to you. Should I stay hidden, or should I intervene? I believe you more than anyone in the world. You have my complete trust. You know that. But I would still like to see for myself. If there's no one in the tower, then that proves their accusations are baseless. Pauline. I want to trust you even more, so please, let me see what's in the observation tower. Please. You say there's no one there, so it shouldn't be any problem, right? Okay. I'll talk to the Lord when he's here tomorrow. Can't let you in without his permission, of course. Well, we gotta... let me just move the person we're keeping there, and then I'll show you. I'll hide her. Real quick. Give me some time to prep. But once I've spoken with him, I'll take you to see what's in the tower. Thank you. It's getting late. You should head back. Okay. Don't look so glum, Pauline. We'll see each other again tomorrow night, as usual. Yeah. Well, good night. Good night. Sounds like she convinced him. I wouldn't be so sure about that. He could always move Morgana before letting Pauline in. I'll have to keep a close eye on him tomorrow. Peekaboo. I know you're out there. What? Show yourself. If you won't come to me, then I'll have to come to you. I have a good idea where you're hiding. Mikhail. Finally decided to show yourself, did you? I said that weird, but did you? How did you know I was there? Simple. I can sense the presence of others. That's hardly what I would call simple for most people. I was hoping to enjoy the show a little longer. Huh? You remember what I said at supper about our little sideshow? What about it? Well, looks like we have to go off script. Go off. What? You still don't get it? He sounds pretty agitated, Mikhail. You need to get out of there now. Can you not see him, Giselle? What? He's got his hand on his sword. I can't risk turning my back on him. Should have stepped in while Pauline was still around. I don't have many opportunities to do this these days, so I was planning on taking it nice and slow. There's so many obstructions outside. Makes this kind of work difficult. Mikhail! If you care about the nun, about Pauline, if she really means something to you, then you need to set Morgana free. Keeping her locked up will bring no one anything but pain, and that includes Pauline. And why should I care? Mikhail! I feel something resembling a gale, and the next thing I know, the man's inches away from me, swinging his sword down. The knife! Oh. Miraculously, I managed to get the blade out just in time, catching his sword mid-descent with a sharp clang. For a very brief moment, a look of perplexity crosses his face. Now's my chance to run. Oh. What the hell? Mikhail! How? I stagger from the impact, and as I fall to the ground, I catch sight of it. The curved blade sticking out of my chest. What the? He must have thrown his sword to prevent my escape. Damn. Mikhail! Mikhail, what's happening? Stay with me. You have to stay with me. I focus on the searing pain spreading through my chest to keep my mind from growing any hazier, and begin crawling, trying to put some distance between us. And from behind, the man slams his heel into my back. How anticlimactic. Thought you'd hold out a little longer, considering you managed to brandish that knife. Don't, please. What are you doing? Get away from him. I'm begging you, spare him. There's a name engraved in the handle, so it's not even your knife. Maria. Put that down. Mikhail! Who did you get this from? Answer me. Not feeling cooperative, are we? That knife has always belonged to me. Maria simply refers to the Virgin Mary. Well, it shouldn't be too hard to find who they are. I know it's not her, at least. So Mel, his sister, and this Maria are colluding with you. What are you going to do to them? That should be obvious. Leave him alone. No, why did this have to happen? It's not funny. Oh, it's a big hell. It's not funny. The more lives you take, the further you become from human. That's not what you want, is it? I've always been a killer. I've always had this insatiable urge to take life. But I know. You also wanted to enjoy your reunion with them in the afterlife. Mikhail! No! Huh. At least beg for your life, would you? Don't. Please stop this. Blech. Am I actually dying? Crawl through the dirt like the worm you are, and beg for me to spare you. Why? Why are you doing this? No, please stop. Not even a scream, really? Ah, you're no fun. Stop it, don't do this. No! No! Did I get a game over? The man's deranged cackling and Giselle's desperate screams began fading into the distance. I've long since lost any sort of idea about the condition of my body. In my attempts to save Giselle and Morgana, I've managed to not only fail that, but endanger everyone who was kind enough to help me. What have I accomplished? Anything at all? No way. Really? What? There's dead ends in this game? Alright, we have to go all the way back. We have to restart the whole game. Whoa, what? Ending list. No way. Is it really gonna... No way. Is it gonna make me load my last save? If I hit start, does it just start the whole game again? From the beginning? Oh, no. Oh, stop. Come on, game. No. No, stop. No, we don't need this. Stop. I can't back out. I can't back out. Oh, man. So I guess I wasn't supposed to go. I assume the problem I made was going with Maria to hang out with her. And then because she gave me a knife and was insistent I take it, then that aggravated Yukimasa guy. Oh, man. Oh, we gotta see the hand again. What's Well, let's get back to the choice, I guess. Oh, man. We actually hit a bad ending, and the game did me so wrong. And now I have to sit here like I just got defeated by a Dark Souls boss and think about what I did wrong. And have to do the long run back. That's so funny. It's so funny, that's the first time we got this in the game, and now I'm getting penalized. I didn't even know. Ah. Well, don't I feel like an idiot now? Ah. How embarrassing. We'll take a BRB once I get back to the choice, because I'm gonna have to go get some water and think about my mistakes. I can't believe this is the fastest this goes. Oh, it's gonna make me choose a choice. Oh, I already have someone. We're keeping that choice. I don't think that's the bad choice we made. I'll think that we don't have to go and redo this pick. I would like to think that this was still a wholesome choice. But man, I feel so... That's crazy that the going and hanging out with Maria was the bad choice. So now I'm thinking about it, because now we have time to think. If we don't go with Maria, do we not even run into Yukimasa and Pauline having a chat, maybe? Maybe we avoid that conversation in general, so it's not, maybe it's less about having the knife at that point, but more just we avoid that conversation in the... But it seems like you would want to see that conversation because you're like... Because you want to see them have that conflict and then be like, oh, well... Damn. Alright, I'm gonna take a BRB and we'll choose this path. I assume that this is gonna get us fine, but who knows? Who knows? I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some water real quick. Alright. Other choice time. Don't hang out with Maria. Even though I love her as a character, kinda. Don't walk her back home. Don't get the knife. Do not collect pass go. Do not collect $200. What if I accidentally picked the top choice again? I appreciate the thought. See ya. Hold on a second. Something else something else you needed? I would like, if you could, for you to tell me about the time you spent with Morgana. Anything you can, no matter how insignificant it may seem. I want to know what kind of life she had there. How's tomorrow sound? Tomorrow? I'll sneak into the courtyard tomorrow night. Meet me there and I'll tell you what you want to know. Why not now, though? No real reason. Just need a little time to sort things through. See you tomorrow night. Stay warm. She's into me. Not even a chance to get another word in. Also, I feel like I'm dressed much warmer than her. Tomorrow night, that doesn't leave us with much time. Giselle? Giselle? Hello, what is it? You've been so quiet, I was getting concerned. It's good to know you're still there. I guess I sort of dozed off for a bit. I'm fine though, no need to worry. I wonder about these lines. Is something happening to Giselle? Is she like losing like form? I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but I wonder if she's like, is her connection to us like weakening at the time or something? I thought the whole thing was that she didn't have to, she says she dozed off, but I thought the whole thing was that she earlier had said that she doesn't even need sleep. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about it too much. Are you sure? I think we should head back too. I think something's happening with her. We've done about everything we can today. You're right. Running into Maria was a great stroke of luck. Thanks to her, we now have confirmation that the nun is indeed Pauline. And we've potentially convinced Pauline to try and talk to the swordsman. Depending on how things pan out tomorrow, we could be getting very close to accomplishing our goal. I'm sure it'll be smooth sailing, just like with Mel. I certainly hope so. Now the question is, do we run into them in the forest? So before you go to sleep, do you want to talk for a bit? Oh, nope, we don't run into them. Crazy. Of course. In fact, I was about to ask you the same thing. That's what you say, but on the inside, you actually enjoy being surrounded by girls more than talking to me, don't you? Oh, damn, oh no, we're having this kind of discussion? Is that why she was being weird? She just... Giselle, what? I was not... Like a jealousy thing? Like what? Because like I was forced into that cabin house thing. Like I'm not... And you seem to enjoy teasing me. Oh, maybe she is just kidding. Okay. I'm just kidding. Truthfully, I don't think I've ever wished you were there to save me more than then. Oh, I thought she was actually bummed about that. I was about to be like, come on. Come on. I've never been comfortable in such spirited environments. Put 3 women in a room and it'll get like that. Yeah, it can be overstimulating. Could not have been more out of my element. I don't know. You seem to fit in pretty well to me. You really think so? Whoops, I hit that button on accident. You made for a great plaything. Oh yes, I'm quite good at that, aren't I? I will say, there's one thing about the whole affair that surprised me. Oh? What would that be? I did not expect I'd be able to have such a normal social interaction. And not because I'm awkward or a poor conversationalist. For most of my life, I was cursed, irregular, and you were the only one who didn't treat me like that. That came to be what I saw as normal. And as such, being able to participate in a social gathering like that is a very exotic sensation. Feels almost like it shouldn't be possible. You are normal, Mikkel. An ordinary man. This right here, this is what I wish I always had in life. And for me to finally attain it in death. Though I suppose lamenting the details would make me ungrateful. I am glad to have had the experience, though. I'm glad to hear it. So, I know I've been talking about how much I want to save Morgana, and that hasn't changed. Neither has my desire to change everyone's future. But if you want to leave this place, to go somewhere far away and have a life of your own, you have my full support. You've got everything you ever wanted. You have the right to choose to stay here, live in this time. I wouldn't dream of it. I'm not going to leave you trapped in that darkness. I will not make the same mistake twice. Regardless, there's no point in me choosing a life without you there as well, in the flesh. Okay then. Well, I'll be in here waiting. Hopefully not for long. I really think Morgana and I have a great deal in common. What? One the daughter of God, one a demon child. We were both forced into inhuman roles, living lives of solitude, constantly having things we cared about taken away from us, including, ultimately, our lives. The big difference between me and her is that I had you. If you hadn't been there at the end of my mortal life, perhaps I too would have grown to despise those who had put me through such misery, curse their very souls. She had no one, though. Not a single person to be there for her final days. From what she told us, though, her life wasn't all sorrow and misery. She did eventually come to find happiness in her time at the brothel. In fact, she even said that was where she learned to experience joy. While I know there were a number of girls there, if Maria was one of them she was practically close with, perhaps her being here could have a positive effect on Morgana. We'll have to see what she says tomorrow night. That we will. And then our time limit is noon the next day, so we'll need to have everything necessary figured out by then. Everything it'll take for her to have a change of heart. I'm not worried one bit. I have complete confidence in you, Mikkel. I am somewhat worried. What's there to worry about? Here, I'll shout you can do it 100 times. So you're planning to cheer me to death? I just want every last bit of you to know I'm rooting for you. I assure you, you've made that abundantly clear. Hey, there was something I wanted to tell you, if that's alright. Yes? When I learned about your past and about your body, it came as a big shock to me. That said, I'm confident you know that my feelings for you haven't changed one bit. I do. But what I want you to know is that even if I found out back then, instead of after having waited hundreds of years for you to return, my feelings still would not have changed. If you had told me while we were alive, I would have still accepted you. Now, of course, I know it's not something you could have come out with so easily, especially considering everything you went through because of it. We only lived together for a little over a year, and we were only partners for a month. So I understand how difficult it would have been to think I wouldn't push you away. But I'm not sure you grasped just how much I loved you, even then. My wounds ran deeper than even I knew, and them fully healing was simply not possible. Anyone else's touch, anyone else's warmth, my heart and body would have rejected. I sincerely wish I'd expressed that to you more clearly. That it had to be you. That I needed you. I did believe, at that time, that I could start over with you. That we could have a normal life together. Or, well, I fooled myself into believing it. But I could never rid myself of the guilt and shame at how it was impossible for me to give that to you. I would imagine our future together. You, smiling with our children in your arms, playing with them, scolding them, teaching them. And then I would remember, I'm incapable of giving you those children, or even engaging in the prerequisite acts. And the more I wished for your happiness, the tighter that guilt constricted me. I do apologize for not saying anything. You carried far more weight than any one person should ever have to carry alone. But you don't have to do that anymore. For one, I'll support you no matter what. And in this time, you're normal to everyone, not only me. You have allies. You don't have to take everything on yourself anymore. I love you, Mikkel. I do. I absolutely adore you. Where's this coming from? I wanted to say it, so I did. Is that a problem? No, no problem. You're blushing, aren't you? Your cheeks are as red as tomatoes. Tomatoes. Ah, I wish I could see you now. said that weird. Tomatoes. I'm going to open the window. It's getting hot in here. Why? It's night. It's going to be cold. Exactly. I need to cool down. Whoa. What are you awing at? It's a spring snow. It's gorgeous. There was hardly a cloud when I was outside earlier. Now it's snowing. Are you worried Maria might catch something out in this weather? Hopefully she's in bed by now. I've never seen it snow in the spring before. Maybe I just wasn't paying any attention to what lay beyond the dark walls of that house. Maybe. Have you? Have I? Seen a springtime snow before. 3 or 4 times, perhaps. So not very often, no. Ah, so you've seen this already. Would it have been better if I hadn't? No, that's not what I'm saying. I just thought it'd be nice if it was the first time for both of us. You sound like a little kid. Is it that childish? Well, don't mind either way. I'm still glad my first time seeing it isn't alone. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Little specks of white drifting through the darkness? Yes, I can see it. It's beautiful. I'm happy I could see this with you too. Did I read that line correctly? I'm happy I could see this with you too. I feel like I read that weird. I don't know how to speak apparently today. You don't want the wind to cool you off too much now. I think it's time for you to warm back up. Sorry, I was so engrossed by the sight. Maybe it'll stick and you can see it again tomorrow. The grounds will be quite lovely covered in snow. But for now, you should get some sleep. I suppose. You already passed out once today. You need to make sure you're well rested. Hard to argue with that. I'll be counting on your help again tomorrow. Our success or failure depends on how tomorrow goes. That it does. Let's make it count. Good night, Giselle. Good night, Gail. Cute. Oh, she's not. There's something. Something's up with Giselle. She knows something, or she's feeling something. What's going on? What's going on? What is Giselle hiding? My head feels like someone drove a spike through it. Uh-oh, was I kidnapped? Did Yukimasa guy get me? What's going on? Am I in the cellar? What? My hands are tied up behind my back. What am I doing down here? Wait. Giselle? Giselle? Say something, Giselle. Unable to make any sort of sense out of my circumstances, it's not long after I regain consciousness that panic begins to sink in. And the most unsettling thing of all, the most frightening detail, is the fact that I can't hear her voice. Oh. Uh-oh. Awake, are we? Are you the one who brought me here? What, you don't remember this morning? Morning? Right, I woke up because I heard someone enter the room, and then he hit me over the head. You're not dead, at least. That's good. What do you hope to accomplish by tying me up and bringing me down here? Remember what I said last night at supper about me putting on a little sideshow for you? What? I was reenacting the Last Supper with you as the guest of honor. Oh, that's clever. Oh, that's clever, man. Good for you. You want me to clap for you? Oh, I can't clap. I'm tied up. Oh, now I see. When you were asking if I had any family or friends, you were trying to find out if anyone noticed if I disappeared. If anyone would make any noise. You're sharper than you look. If only you'd caught on yesterday. Please, Giselle, say something. Giselle, why won't you answer me? Why can't I hear your voice? Why can't I feel you there? You're a quiet one. I thought you'd be a little louder. What made you decide to get rid of me? Did the nun say something? She has nothing to do with this. I have permission from the Lord to act at my own discretion. Should I come across anyone acting suspicious? This doesn't seem in the least bit wrong to you. I wouldn't say that. You're an acquaintance's friend who made a long trip to come see him, and I have you tied up in the cellar. That's not what I would consider right, no? But seeing as you're good enough friends for him to let you stay here, assume he's also spilled everything. He never had what it took, that boy. If I were to guess, gotta be too much for him to handle, so he went to a friend. To you. Leave him out of this. I see. So how much did he tell you? If you come clean, I might even let you go. Get rid of him, have you take his place. I said leave him out of this. So you're determined not to talk, are you? What a loyal friend. Listen to me. Listen? Oh, I'm listening. Because you have a lot of talking to do. I don't have many chances to let loose, so I'll be taking as much time as I can get today. He says in an eerily flat tone of voice as he draws nearer, pausing between each step as if to taunt me. And when he reaches me, struggling to get off the ground, Grah! He slams his heel into my shoulder. Not being able to use your hands makes you appreciate how much easier it is to stand up when you can, doesn't it? Help! Someone please help! Don't waste your energy. No one ever comes back this far. And the door's so heavy, your screams would never make it out. But that's the least of your worries. The door to the cellar's been locked, and the only key is right here. There's no getting in. If you can run fast enough, you might have a chance of making it to the door and escaping. Want to test your luck? Doubt you can make it. He puts the full weight of his body into his heel, pressing down on my spine, turning my breaths into gasping sputters. I gather together all my strength, but even that isn't enough to overpower him. This is what I get for shit-talking saying that the second door was my least favorite, and for saying that the second shadow guy just gave up his key in that shadow version just so easily. Like, that's what I get for shit-talking. Yeah, I gather together all my strength, but even that is enough to overpower him. Now you're going to tell me everything. What are you and the boys scheming? What's your endgame? Who else is in on it? Damn it. I don't have any options here. What can I even do in this situation? Tell me what I want to know, and maybe I'll let you live. Guess I have no choice but to tell him the truth. Alright, fine. I'll tell you everything. Just know that this isn't some attempt to beg for mercy. I came to this mansion in order to unlock the door to the observation tower and free Morgana. Mel was not the one who told me about her, though. I went to him and asked for his assistance. He didn't have to tell me because I already knew, both about her and what you're doing to her. Stealing her blood and making medicine from it. Who told you then? Morgana did. Morgana's soul told me everything. I'm not from this time. I lived in a time after her death. Yeah, I'm sure he'll believe that. It takes me several moments to process what just happened. A fire runs up my arm from my little finger, only turning into pain when it finally reaches my brain. I twist my head back to see the man on top of me holding my right hand. My finger snapped backwards, at the second joint. Oh, I'm squeamish. I'll ask you again. Who told you? Morgana did. She dies on the day of the Harvest Festival. Next up is your ring finger, and then your middle if you insist on keeping us up. I'm telling you the truth. She bears so much hatred. She casts a curse on your souls. I've seen what happens in your next life. Now you're resorting to souls and next lives. Genuinely impressed. What lies are you going to cook up next, white-haired knave? If I don't set Morgana free, your souls will be enslaved for all eternity, imprisoned in this cursed mansion. When the bell tolls noon on the day of the Harvest Festival, you'll lose everything, all of your will. You cannot escape it unless you do something. And the nun, the reason you locked Morgana up in the first place, she won't be safe either. She'll be killed. Ugh. 2 fingers left. Can you keep up the act that long? Everything I'm saying is the truth. I've seen it all with my own 2 eyes. Why are you so insistent on maintaining this farce? Is it to protect the boy, or do you have some other motive? Every last word is true. Continuing to lie isn't gonna make this any easier. Your voice is shaking. Pain's starting to get to you, isn't it? What you're doing to Morgana achieves nothing. You must release her and atone for your sins. Otherwise your soul, and the souls of those you care about, will be doomed to suffering. I see what this is now. You don't have the information I want, so all you can do is spin these lies. You thick-skulled bastard. There are other options, though. Beg me for mercy. Sob like a little child, sniveling your please don't kill me's and I don't want to die's and it hurts so bad, please stops. Grovel on the ground, you tiny, pathetic man. If you can entertain me, maybe I'll consider it. I will never shed another tear. I will never beg for your damn mercy. Nothing I've said to you has been a lie. Some cheap attempt to fool you into letting me go. Every word of it is true. I know the sins you've burdened your soul with. I know the fate that awaits you in your next life, and I will gladly tell you every detail. You're down to just your thumb. Now go on, if you're so eager to tell me. Let's hear about my supposed next life, shall we? In your next life, you lose your memory in an accident, causing you to forget your own humanity. The innate savagery you normally keep hidden beneath a mask is released, unrestricted, and you turn into a creature no more than... No, you turn into a beast. My mask. Sad to say this isn't the worst torture he's been through, probably. Actually, good point. So true. Honestly, obviously it's not great to be put into any kind of torture, but maybe Mikkel's, like, partly why he's able to just, like, kind of, like, I don't want to say shrug this off or just kind of endure this partly. Sure, he has the willpower, but also, like, yeah, we've seen much more hellish situations that Mikkel's had to, endure. It's a really good point. I didn't even necessarily think about that. At the hands of that one girl. Ugh. Disgusting. Oh, I'm remembering. It's all coming back. It's all flooding back to me. Oh, that was like torturous. Long ass time too. Oh. You murder countless people, including the woman you once called your lover. Lover? Hers is a name you know very well. Pauline. Your tether. My tether? How do you know that word? Because I know everything. I know what you wanted. I know what you were never able to obtain. You idolized humanity and you yearn for peace. You're telling me I killed a nun in my next life. I am. That's the fate that lies waiting for you. Her love for you is so strong she refuses to believe you're dead. She leaves her seaside hometown in search of you. She finds you. But you slaughter her. Did you say she lived in a city on the sea? In addition to her, you also lose someone else. A woman who tried to give you the peace you so desired, which eventually caused you to succumb entirely to instinct. Enough! Alright, fine. Now I know what you are. You're no mere seasoned liar. You're some kind of evil spirit that deceives humans. You're peering into my heart, tailoring your lies specifically to manipulate me. Yeah, that's what I am. I am not. I swear, I've seen everything that happens. Enough. There's a chance you can change your fate. If you had the chance to change your fate, would you? All you have to do is cease your involvement in Morgana's imprisonment. Set her free. Allay the hatred she bears for you. Are you deaf? I said I've heard enough. Release Morgana. Save your soul. Give her a better future. Silence! I think I'll take your arm off first. Cut right through your shoulder. Nice and slowly. Don't! It'll still be attached for a while yet, don't you worry. You hear that, spirit? That's the sound of your flesh ripping apart. The sound of your muscles being severed. Not gonna be doing much talking anymore, are you? Not through the pain, you aren't. Plead for your life, spirit. Beg for mercy. Admit it was all a sham. Apologize. Let the room fill with your cries of agony. Nothing. It's a sham. Every last word. It's all the truth. I'll rip that head right off your shoulders. I don't care who or what you are anymore. You're dead. You will do no such thing. Who is it? Oh, it's the nun. By God, it's the nun. Get back. You will not harm him further. Pauline. What? What are you doing here, Pauline? I told you to stay away. And the door. The door was locked. I opened it. Oh shit. By God, here comes Mel with the key. You. Man. Okay, I gotta say, it's so funny that we've exposed both now Mel and swordsman Yuki Masagai, both by basically getting into like a verbal / torturous spar with the person, and then that person who pivotally needs to hear that information like bursting through a door and being like, I overheard everything. Like both times now it's been like we've had like this thing where it's like it, and I'm not saying it's bad necessarily, it's just very funny that it's happened now twice where like by the own person's hand where they're like leaking the information, and then like the person like comes bursting in like, oh God, like it's just a funny way of handling it, I think. I don't know why it's funny to me. One of Nellie's hairpins was long enough to get into the lock and undo it. She won't be getting much use out of it anymore, though. Busted up pretty badly in the process. Locks on the tower door are too complex, but the one here is a lot simpler. Bet you never expect me to go cat burglar on you, huh? You stupid boy. Oh, what was your your question last night again? Something about being on the edge of a cliff or whatever? Well, here's your answer. I'll do everything I can to save both of them. Get fucked. This is terrible. How could you? Oh my, you're badly hurt. Sit tight, I'll call for a doctor. Don't worry about me. You need to talk to him. To get him to talk. We've got to do something about you, though. I'll get that wound patched up at least, until you can get it properly checked out. Thank you. Was it you who went to get Pauline? No, I ran into her while I was looking for you, which is when she told me she was looking for him. Neither of us were having any luck, so we scoured the mansion together. And when we reached the stairs to the cellar and heard the screaming, our worst fears were confirmed. So I picked the lock, and here we are. Sorry we didn't make it sooner. This could have been avoided. God, look at what he did to you. There's so much blood in your fingers. No, you made it just in time. My arm's still attached, and I'm not dead. Neither of which would be true without you. So I guess that means I actually did something good for once? Did something for someone other than myself? That you did. So everything Mikkel said is true? The Lord isn't storing his valuables in the tower. He's got a girl locked up there. Well, is it true or not? It's still the Lord's property, either way. That's exactly what I was saying earlier. It's like, I don't think she wants to hear a technicality. I don't think that's gonna pacify her. The church is being funded with her miracle blood, so that makes her valuable, yes. So you're saying I've been handing out human blood and telling people it's medicine? Not human. Witch. No, Morgana is a human girl. She hasn't become a witch yet, at least not here. All this time, I've been lying to the people who believe in me, without even knowing what I was doing. Like you said, you didn't know. You haven't done anything wrong. Ignorance does not excuse sin. All that time I spent with you, and I didn't notice anything wrong. That was the idea. You weren't supposed to notice anything. It's not your fault I deceived you. It's unreasonable to think you should have been able to. All that, you did it to help me though, didn't you? Like a stupid little girl, I assumed it was all out of the good of your heart. Never once stopping to think any deeper than that, about where it was all coming from. Maria was right. I was blind. I was content to be pleased about the people I thought I was helping. I want you to do something for me. I want you to set this girl, set Morgana free. Please, do not make your sins any greater than they already are. But without the witch's blood, we lose the Lord's patronage and then the church. What good is a church that isn't actually saving anyone? Actually, no. That's avoiding the point entirely. What do you mean? To tell you the truth, I never really cared about the church at all. Fuck the church, she says. You... what? How can you say that, when you've always been so unconditionally charitable, even if it meant giving away food or money you needed yourself? People call you the saintess because that's what you are, a saint. It's true, I do that, but the fact is, I'm no saint. I don't deserve to be held up as one, nor do I belong in that position. I'm just an ordinary girl. I never wanted to be a nun, you know. I just didn't have any other options available to me. And I sure didn't have the confidence to make it out there on my own like Maria. So I did as I was told, and to keep myself from thinking it was a mistake, from feeling dissatisfied with that choice, I put everything I had into my responsibilities to the church. My unconditional charity was rooted entirely in selfishness, and the longer I kept it up, the harder it became to stop. I forgot what I really wanted. And what would that be? A normal, happy life as an ordinary girl in a city on the water. What? That's what you said your dream was, for your next life. Right. Yeah, quiet life with the man I love. You might get that wish, in fact. Huh? You. That's what you said, wasn't it? That in her next life she lives in a city by the sea? That is correct. In your next life, Pauline, you are not a nun. You're an ordinary girl who lives in a seaside city. A sweet, cheerful, energetic girl who wears her heart on her sleeve. You have both your mother and father. And I... So you believe me now? I don't know. Your claims are utterly ridiculous, but it's getting harder to think you're lying. If that's what you really wanted, Pauline, what should I have done instead? I envied what you had. That's solace. The last thing I wanted was for you to lose it. But you're saying you found no peace in that life? That's right. So what should I have done? I wanted you to take me away from this place, somewhere far away. I wanted you to make it so I could be Pauline, not Marie. That would have been my ideal life. To live with you, to have a family with you. How was I supposed to know? You couldn't possibly have known. I realize that. And that makes me every bit as complicit as you. Set Morgana free. I'll be expected to pay for my crimes. That itself is not a problem. I have every intention of facing the consequences. But we've done terrible, gruesome things. I don't know what the usual punishment for such is in this land. But if I had to guess, I would say execution. And me being an outsider makes it easier for people to place the blame on me. I won't be able to take you away. We'll find each other again in our next lives, okay? Okay. As I'm sure you heard, my involvement in this conspiracy ends here. Glad to hear you decided to take action. Sorry about your fingers and arm. Yeah, that's gonna suck. I'm still alive. That's what matters. Third key is in the Lord's possession. You said you needed it by noon of the Harvest Festival, yes? Which means we need to act quickly. That's correct. We must set Morgana free before the bell tolls noon tomorrow. Then tonight, that's the next time the Lord will be here. Tonight I'll kill him and take his key. Damn! But effective, probably. Wait, no, we're not shedding any blood to get his key. Honestly, I don't think we have the room to be like, oh, we gotta do this the right way. Like, this is, just do it. Is my opinion. I'm being so for real. Do you remember what I said a few minutes ago about not committing any further sins? He's not likely to hand over the key without a fight, though. We need to convince him, not force his hand. I agree, they want to spare him since he's a trapped soul, but exactly, it's just like, I mean, at what point do you get desperate enough where you're like, all right, well, release valve, we need to get that key no matter what. But maybe there's a good, I mean, we as the reader probably see what's going on here, but Mikhail also probably sees that he's now got this connection with Maria, and Maria said that she would meet back up with us. So in the back of Mikhail's mind, at the very least, he knows that he's not like starting from zero with on the third key already. Because like when we finished the Mel thing and got his key, we were kind of starting from zero almost with having to do the whole nun thing. But in this, it already seems like we got Maria, who has some kind of connection, obviously. So we're like, okay, well, he maybe he's just betting on that, but besides, simply opening the door is not enough. Why not? My goal here is to save Morgana's soul. In order to do that, I need to pacify at least some degree of the hatred she bears in it. A hatred rooted in her perception of you and the things you've done to her. I need to change that perception. I'm not quite following. What do you mean by change your perception? For you and the Lord to tell your stories, to describe what happened from your perspectives. You want my perspective? I do. Something in your motivations or your circumstances might serve to lessen the animosity she holds for you. The greater the discrepancy in what she believes to be the truth and the full story, with everyone's perspectives included, the greater the chance she may have a change of heart. Okay, I now understand what you want from me. However, my perspective will do nothing to serve that end. There's no ambiguity, no justification for my actions. Regardless, I would still like to know the whole truth if you're willing to tell me you're part of it. Okay, I'll come by your room later today. Hey, is it alright if I'm there too? Sorry, I'd rather if you weren't. Why? Everything you needed to know, told you already. I captured a witch. No. I kidnapped a young girl for profit and imprisoned her in the tower. My motivation, as I said, was to keep your church funded. Those are the facts. The things I did along the way were brutal and inhumane. I hope you can understand why I wouldn't want the woman I love to hear any of that. I understand. I'll see you again later in the day. I'll be waiting. I should get going too. You're going to need medication and something to get that arm dressed properly. If there's anything else I can get you, let me know. If you want to see a doctor, I'll find you the best one I can. I'm so sorry for ever doubting you. No, I understand. I'm glad you came at all. Me too. Well, see you. Now, where the fuck is Giselle? Meanwhile, during this whole time, Giselle has been absent, seemingly concerned. I'm kind of surprised. He's actually got a soft spot, huh? And I was sure you were full of it when you said the two of them had a thing going. What does she see in a guy like him anyway? She's got bad taste in guys, that's for sure. What? What's with that look? Just admiring your rather inappropriate remarks. Sorry. I was just so relieved it kind of came out. It's okay. You almost got a smile out of me. I've never seen you smile before. I blame being relieved, too. Now, would you mind helping me get back to my room? Sure, no problem. My shoulder's all yours. You know, you really are something else, Mikkel. I could hear you through the door as I was getting it opened. And honestly, I'm amazed you're able to stand up to him like that. I don't want to get my hopes up too high just yet, but I'm starting to think you might actually be able to do something about the Lord. That's reassuring. Thank you. Sure. Anyway, let's get going. You should get as much rest as you can until he shows up. Well, I mean, you should be going to see a doctor with these wounds. Oh yeah, Nellie's been worried sick about you all day. I'll have to tell her not to pounce on you because I'm sure she'll come running as soon as she hears we found you. Don't let her jump on me, please. Giselle, you were right. I do have people here who will support me. People who are grateful for me, who show concern for me. But you have to know, Giselle, that is your voice I want to hear more than anyone else's. Why can I not hear you? Where are you, Giselle? I just had a thought. What if the Giselle voice isn't real? I know this is kind of like, this is either really like a really like brain dead take or a very like, whoa, like brain blasting take. But just like how there was kind of thought that like maybe like the voice inside of his head of like as he was like alone and had like Morgana's voice in his head that may or may not have been real kind of thing. What if he came to this thing, he came to this realm thing, and he just envisioned the voice, and Giselle is not actually there? Now, I'm just throwing this out there. What if, and as he gets more and more people on his side here, he feels less and less the need to rely on Giselle's voice as a crutch, and so that's why she's like, for lack of a better term, like phasing out. What if she doesn't? She's not actually there. She's not actually watching him. It would make a little more sense. Like, you don't have, like, some weird ghost spirit, like, seeing through your eyes or something. And then if you want to get even more, like, slightly meta in it, she was, like, holding back information. Maybe maybe the voice inside his head knows she's just, like a literal voice inside it. But maybe the voice inside his head that wasn't real of Giselle knew that she wasn't real. And she didn't have the heart to, like, tell him. And she's like, oh, he's gonna, I'm not, what, I don't know. I'm thinking, I'm cooking. I'm trying to think. Maybe, and that's why she's like in and out. I mean, the alternative is that there's something else going on, or she's like losing her strength, or she's not able to like be tethered to him in some shape or I mean, that would be the other alternative, right? It's a much more literal, like, something or another. I don't know. He says, where are you, Giselle? Giselle? Giselle! Help! It's almost sunset. Looks like the snow didn't stick. You couldn't actually see the snow last night, could you, Giselle? Was that when the light started fading from the sphere of darkness encasing you? Or had it been going on even longer than that? Why didn't you say anything? Not a word. I don't believe you're gone for good. You're still out there, somewhere. I know it. And I will come for you. I swear it. Just a moment. Oh, we gotta get his, like, story thing, right? Like we did with, Mel. I believe, probably. Here I am, as promised. I heard you talking, so I thought there was someone with you. But you're alone? It's only me, yes. I see. As I told you earlier, my perspective on events will do nothing to change Morgana's mind. I would still like to hear what you have to say. Alright. Not being from this land, I don't believe in the local god, nor do I think priests and preachers are any better than con artists. Where did that come from? What I'm trying to say is if I give a confessional, it won't be to another human. You're an angel. Come again? The angel from the stained glass window. That's you, isn't it? Wait. How on earth did you come to that conclusion? I was thinking about everything you said earlier in the cellar. The fact that you knew about Morgana, the fact that you could see into my heart, and in particular, all your talk about saving people's souls. Salvation is not man's job. Which means you must be something else. I will tell you everything. Every foolish mistake, every terrible crime. And in exchange, I would like you to tell me what I am to do next, to lead me down the path I am to take. I terrify myself. With every passing day, my ability to tell what direction I'm supposed to be heading in my ability to tell what direction I'm supposed to be heading in dulls. So after I tell my story, I want you to do that for me. Please, will you show me the way? I can no more decide the path you take than you. But you saw into my heart. Giselle, if you were here, you would encourage me to agree to his request, wouldn't you? Okay. I can't guarantee that anything I'll have to say will be of use, but I will do the best I can to lead you in the right direction. Thank you. Now, before I begin, there's one thing I need to clarify. I'm not in love with Pauline. You protest too much type deal. She does play an important role in my life, though. That much is true. She's your tether. Exactly. I suppose you could say, admire her. She's everything I am not, everything I cannot be. Is that something I should tell her, you think? That I don't love her? That I'm incapable of feeling love? Should I tell her that, knowing she genuinely loves me? Tough. My instinct tells me I shouldn't. I know very well I'm lying to her. But there are circumstances in which a lie is preferable to the truth, are there not? With that said, I'm ready to begin. You have my full attention. Story time. Story time with Yukimasa Man. Swordsman. I don't even know if we got an actual name out of him ever. As you know, I'm not from this land. The issue is, I don't know any more about where I came from than you. I remember the Silk Road stretching out before me as far as the eye can see. Clouds of dust wisping across the bare dirt trail. That endless expanse of red earth remains branded into the very fabric of my mind. But beyond that, most of my memories are gone. Ooh, look at this. I can only clearly remember the last 5 years or so of my life. In my oldest real memory, I was a slave. I didn't work on some nobleman's estate, but instead I did physical labor, construction work. I built roads and buildings, tore down hills and mountains. That's where it was decided someone built like I am would be the most use, I suppose. And while I doubt I need to tell you this, living conditions were miserable. Other slaves withered away and died on a daily basis. Working a noble's estate would have been easier without a doubt, if only for the fact I would have a specific master. I don't remember anything about my life before becoming a slave. All I have are those few images, from which I can guess I was part of a caravan, or perhaps a messenger. I vaguely remember being waylaid. We were vastly outnumbered, massacred with little resistance. Or at least, I assume that's what happened. When I next woke up, I had been stripped bare and was surrounded by men I didn't recognize. The words they spoke were gibberish to my ears, but I could tell from their tone of voice and expressions that the things they were saying were not friendly. They seemed to be mocking me, laughing at me. As you might expect, I attempted to protest, but evidently I'd been beaten quite badly while I was unconscious. My joints were stiff and swollen, on top of my dehydration, so I could barely move, let alone put up a fight. As strong as I might have been at full health, I was in no condition to do anything then. You have no idea what that's like, how it feels to be abused and humiliated, just desperate for food and water. Actually, I do. I'm sorry to break your story, Yukimasa man, but Mikhail definitely knows what it's like to be abused and humiliated, desperate for food and water. We exactly know what that feeling is like. Anyway. Oh, I see. So as I was saying, I was a slave for one grueling, torturous year. No one treated me like a human being. There was no one from the same part of the world as me, and there was no one to come to my aid. Over time, I came to learn their language, though I can only speak it. I don't know how to read or write. But to be honest, I think I was happier not understanding what people were saying about me. They had many words to describe me, none of them flattering. Some of them would even call me beast. And the longer I was treated as something less than human, the more I began to question whether I really was one. A darkness grew inside me with each repeated insult. I wanted to make them pay for the daily abuse. And who wouldn't? The desire to exact vengeance when you've been mistreated is only natural. It's perfectly reasonable. But they were right about what I was deep down, a beast, and my revenge went far beyond what could be considered reasonable. 4 years ago, I was sitting in a carriage as it rattled along a dirt road. This was not the kind of carriage you rode around town in, but a filthy slave transport. It was packed front to back with slaves, or soon-to-be slaves, I suppose I should say. There were men, young women, and even children. Everyone wore a look of hopelessness on their faces, and no one had the strength left to resist. They looked like me a year earlier, deprived of food and water and beaten into submission. The slave traders' guards were armed, of course, swords hanging from their hips, ready to cut down anyone who showed any sign of resistance. So they sat there, lamenting their fate. Sitting beside me was a young girl, crying in silence. Glancing over at her, I caught a glimpse of her face. Large chunks of skin seemed to have fallen off it. It was, suffice it to say, an unusual sight. But to beyond that, I didn't think much of it. I didn't find it disturbing or unpleasant, perhaps because I had a similarly unusual appearance. What caught my attention, though, was the way she was crying. I'm not sure how to describe it, but it seemed different somehow from everyone else crying in the carriage. It was almost like her tears were not for herself. "Why are you crying?" At my question, the girl turned her head up to look at me. Sorry, one sec. Let me see. Oh, I see. Okay. At my question, the girl turned her head up to look at me. Surprise crossed her face for a few brief seconds, but that was her only reaction to my appearance. I assume her thought process was roughly the same as mine, so she felt no need to fear me. After a moment's hesitation, she said, "I'm sad because I didn't get the chance to show my gratitude to people very dear to me." Her response perplexed me to no end. Why was she concerned about showing gratitude? Why was she not despairing of her own circumstances? Why was that the emotion that gripped her in that moment, not hatred for the slave trader or sorrow for herself? To this day, I still don't understand. But that wasn't the only thing I found curious. Her voice, despite being soft, cut through the crying and wailing of the other slaves. I pictured it like a single patch of clear water in the middle of a swamp, untainted by its surroundings, gently undulating. One sentence was all she said, but there was something unbelievably calming about the sound of it. For a moment, I was filled with a sense of tranquility, and though you may not believe it, I wanted to get her out of that filthy carriage, to undo the shackles threatening to taint her. And so I took action, driven by that desire. This is no lie, I promise. He does some assassin things. No, don't kill me. Please, you can have all my money. Excuse me. You can go free, if that's what you want. I need the water here. I think I read that one, right? You can have all my money, you can go free. Okay. I'll apologize, anything. What? Why are you laughing? Please spare me. I have a wife and children, please. I'm begging you. And why should I care? Holding a sword in my hand felt amazingly right. Whatever work I once did must have required me to use a blade. Even with the shackles still around my wrists, I had little trouble slaughtering the slave traders and their guards. They let their guard down because we were restrained. The thought of anyone resisting never once crossed their minds. Dead bodies sprawled out around me. Corpses I had made, lives I had snuffed out. Look at this. See? No one can defeat me. Ha, ha. They stood no chance against my strength. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. He he. He. Ha 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 ha. He he. Ha 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 ha. Me reading laughing words. More. I need more. I need more. I don't have the words to describe the high it gave me killing those men. The power I felt over them. I was driven mad by the stench of blood filling the air. No, just drew out what was always there. If I weren't already deranged, the corpses would have had nothing to stimulate in the first place. After taking the keys off one of the slave traders, I returned to the carriage, doing my best to act calm and suppress the bubbling exhilaration. Hey, you, unlock my shackles for me. I would do it myself if I could. You. Say something, would you? But she said nothing, simply removing my shackles as commanded. My nose is itchy. If she had said even one word, let me hear that curiously calming voice of hers, then in all likelihood, I probably would have stopped, there. But she remained perfectly silent. Everyone was in shock at what they had just witnessed, her included. In time, though, the slaves started cheering. The same people who had been wailing minutes earlier were now shouting praises. Our savior! You and our savior! We're free to go home! We can have our lives back! Undo our shackles, please! I'm a beast. What? I'm not a savior. I'm not a man. I'm a beast. Isn't that right? I'm a beast, aren't I? What are you? More. I need more. I thirst for more. What? Why are you pointing your... I need more! Whoa! In that moment, the last of my reason dissolved. I went into a frenzy, slaughtering the helpless slaves I had never intended to kill. I was euphoric. I couldn't get enough. I reveled in it. Never before had I felt such utter ecstasy. Their cries for mercy as I ripped through them were delicious. The look of fear in their eyes, the way their faces twisted, the splatters of blood around their mouths, open in screams. A murderer can have... I just now saw this. A murderer can have a little tee-hee as a treat. It's so funny. Damn. The way their faces twisted, this... the splatters of blood around their mouths open in screams, the despair that filled them. I didn't care anymore that they were just as much victims as me, that they had suffered the same abuse and humiliation. All of that was buried beneath the waves of bliss that ravished me. Everyone who asked to be spared, I skewered. I worked my way around the inside of the carriage, killing dozens upon dozens of slaves. Heads went rolling off shoulders, hot geysers of blood spewing from open necks. I was practically wading through blood by that point. Some bodies I completely dismembered. Others I disemboweled, leaving their entrails to hang out of their open guts. All of them had looks of agony frozen into their faces as death took them. I don't know if I was unconsciously avoiding her, or if it was just a coincidence, but the girl was the only one left alive. She, of course, hadn't been spared the mess, so she sat there, drenched in sticky red gore. Her lips appeared to be trembling, though I couldn't tell for sure with so much of her skin missing. The fire inside me still burned white hot. She was the reason I had done any of this in the first place. I had stood up because I wanted to set her free. but my original intentions were long since gone from my mind. Raw pleasure overwhelmed any sense of reason. I approached the girl, pointing the sword at her neck. I expected her to scream, to beg for her life like the others. But she did nothing, simply stared up at me. "Why didn't you run?" At my question, the girl finally spoke. "Why did you kill them?" The sound of her voice quelled the fear within me. It baffled me. I had no control over it, yet the strange girl could pacify me with a single utterance. The words she used didn't matter. It was her voice. She could have called me a monster, and it would have had the same effect. Because I felt like it. I couldn't explain my reason for murdering the slaves. I didn't have the words to express the things that drove me. All I could tell her was that I did it because I felt like it. "And why haven't you killed me yet?" Why haven't you killed me yet? I couldn't find a sure answer for that question in my somewhat rattled mind either. In retrospect, I realize now that her voice was my first tether. But at the time, I had no idea why I didn't take her life in my frenzy. I'd killed other children, other women. Young, old, sad, miserable. Didn't matter. Nothing had so much as prickled my consciousness. "I don't know," I said, and then I stepped off the carriage and walked away. Left with questions I couldn't answer. Was I really a beast? Was unleashing my innate savagery and reveling in the massacre of helpless people really all I wanted? I didn't know. After escaping from the slave traders, I became something of a bandit. I had no hope of anyone taking me in. Not only was I a murderer, I was a foreigner, nor did I have any chance of finding decent work. So I lived by the sword, killing and plundering. The money, I honestly didn't give a damn about. I had no desire to be wealthy. It was simply a matter of survival. That and quenching my thirst. I went on for about 3 years like that. Until finally encountering something I couldn't defeat with my sword. No amount of muscle was enough to protect myself from disease. One day, I woke up with the chills, my vision blurry, barely able to move my own limbs. I set off for a nearby village, hoping to see a doctor, but my body didn't last that long. I collapsed on the side of the road, drained of my last strength. It was a moderately busy road at that, so I assume I had made it close to the city. Dozens of people passed by, silently pretending not to see anything. I didn't look like someone a respectable person would want to involve themselves with in normal circumstances, so it was no surprise they weren't interested in this sick, filthy foreign man. Hell, I couldn't remember the last time I had bathed. It was hard to look at me, let alone get anywhere near me. This is where I'm going to die, I thought. Seemed like a suitable end to a mad, murderous monster's life, withering away on the side of the road beneath sneering passerby. The fact that I was still alive at all after 3 years of leeching off other people's lives was, itself, wrong. I didn't lament my impending demise. I accepted that such was the way of the world. But then, I glanced up to see a woman in a nun's habit looking down on me. Are you alright? Are you sick? I'm gonna check your temperature, okay? Wow, you're burning up. You shouldn't be out here in this condition. Do you not have anywhere to go? Don't worry, I've got you covered. There's a church not far from here, too far from here. Hang in there just a little longer, and you'll be fine. And what is your God going to do for me? He helps people in need? Huh. It's not very big, but we've always got room for people who need it. You can rest up in one of the open beds, and I should be able to get you a little something to eat. I promise it'll be better than staying out here, at any rate. Can you stand? Not a problem. We can do this together. Put your arm around my shoulders. The church isn't that far. We can do it. You are going to carry me? Yep. It'll be fine. We'll make it, one way or another. almost there. Just a little longer. I'm heavy, aren't I? Very, very heavy. But that's not a problem. I can do anything if I put my mind to it. Just throw me into a ditch. Now, God doesn't like his children talking like that. Almost there. We're almost there. So, how are you feeling? Better, I hope? I left some applesauce on the bedstand if you're feeling up to eating anything. And you're welcome to stay here as long as you need to. Why did you help me? Because that's what people do. They help each other. That's not what most people do. I like to think it is. You church people are exceptions. I'm not sure I agree with that. This woman is only showing me compassion because she doesn't know what I am. She wouldn't be so friendly if she knew I was a madman and a murderer. If there's anything else you want, let me know. I can make you any fancy dinners, or I can't make you any fancy dinners, that makes sense. But if it's anything I can get, I will. Could you tell me your name? I'm Marie. Marie. After, who was it? The Virgin? You're not familiar with the Virgin Mary? Just look at me. I'm clearly not from these parts. Yeah, I can see that. So that would make you a traveler, huh? You speak the language really well, though. I take it you've been here a while, then? Yes, I have. How exciting. So, when you're feeling better, maybe you could tell me about the country you came from. I've never been far from home, so I'm curious what it's like elsewhere. There's nothing I could tell you. It can be anything. Tell me about yourself if you want. I'm even less inclined to do that. Get better soon, Kay? I'm looking forward to hearing all about it. I'm not sure there's anyone out there more deserving of the Virgin Mary's name. What was that? Your name suits you. Oh no, not at all. I'm incredibly flattered to hear you say that, but I hardly live up to the name. What's your name, by the way? I have no name. You don't? If you want something to call me by, you can choose a name for me. Anything you want. I'm nameless. You gave me a name. I think you should be the one to choose your name. I'd be more than happy to help, though. But you should go with the name you think is best. I see. Well, I should get going. I'll be around, so if you need anything, just holler. Bye then. How am I supposed to choose a name for myself when I don't know anything about me? I hate to do this, but I might be... Let me message. I might be getting called away from the stream here. I am. I think I am. Apologies about that. We'll save it here, and that also means I'm not getting to Metal Gear tonight. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. But here's the thing. Here's the deal. Here's the thing. Here's the deal. Like I said, we're not done with. We're far from done with Fata Morgana this weekend. I want to read at least tomorrow, probably just tomorrow, but I want to get like another 2 or 3 hours, like first thing stream tomorrow. Because I think we're hurtling towards the end. I have a feeling we're going. So I feel like if we read, this might be dangerous to say, but if we read a bit, like a chunk tomorrow for a weekend stream, a weekend Fata Morgana, I think there's a chance we then can finish next week. Maybe even with our Tuesday and Friday normal stream stuff. I had a little birdie tell me, like, percentage-wise, how much they think I'm into this, or finished with the game recently. So I was like, oh, that's promising. It's promising. You talked about it a bit last time, but your thoughts on this section so far? When you say section, do you mean now trying to get the second key specifically with this swordsman guy, or do you mean still my opinions on the this whole adventure time with this? In general, it's I'm trying not. Yeah, I feel like I came across, maybe when I first tried to describe it, maybe a bit harsh or or maybe jumping to conclusions almost, you know, previously. It's interesting, and I'm sure there's going to be a good tied all together explanation for it, but I still probably land on the side of, I found the background stories and the love story of specifically Michael, Michelle / Giselle, the maid. I find their characterization and their tragic stories more than I've cared for Morgana. And this section and this stretch is all about saving Morgana, which I get is tied to then the happiness of, like, we're doing this for saving Morgana, but also to save ourselves, both Mikkel and Giselle. So I get everyone's tied together at this point, and we're indirectly or slightly directly, however you want to look at it, we're also saving all these other people tied to everyone. Everyone is getting saved with these, in theory, with our adventures we're taking here as Mikkel. We're saving all these people that ended up getting cursed and had, like, these bad lives because of the torturing of Morgana and all this. But there's something where I still feel, it just feels different. And I'm not saying it feels bad, but it feels so different, this stretch. And that's probably intentional. And I don't know. Maybe by the end, once we do save or not save Morgana, maybe I'll be singing in a different tune. But yeah, I want to stress, I don't think it's bad. It doesn't feel bad. It's just, I don't know. It was such a weird, I don't even know if tonal shift, maybe it's all in my head, because I don't even know if tonal shift is the right way to, like, describing it. It just felt different. It was a hard shift, I feel, in tone at the very beginning, and now I'm kind of settled a bit more into it. I'm basically yapping and waffling a bunch, I feel like. I'm not sticking to... It's because I'm trying not to come across as so hard or, like, unwilling to, like, change. Like, I'm trying not to make it sound like I'm not willing to change my mind or be open. Truly, like, I'm open to being wrong or open to it actually being interesting or evolving. But, like, I guess... I'm going to say a thing, but, like, this could be a criticism during the early part of the game, too. But, like, the mechanic of, like, okay, Mel is doing a bad thing. Go to Nelly. Nelly hears Mel talk about the bad thing. And then Mel goes on to describe how he fucking wronged Morgana. And now, part 2. Swordsman doing a bad thing. Swordsman won't listen to us. Go to the nun. Talk to the nun, explain to the nun doesn't believe us at first, just like Nelly didn't believe us at first. Then she hears it straight from the horse's mouth. Then Yukimasa's got to be like, all right, this is how I fucking wronged Morgana. And I get that that's all the point, because they're all trying to, like, get feel better about it, and it's all about, like, releasing your, I don't know what the term would be, releasing the bad that you've done for salvation, for releasing the evils, the sins you've committed or something. But no, it's good. I'm following along blind, so I wanted to hear your thoughts in the driver's seat. I mean, do you slightly agree with me? Do you not agree with me at all? I'm curious to hear what you think. Like, I'd be curious, like, do you think I'm being too harsh, maybe? And, like, you could criticize me if you want. I don't fucking mind. I'd be curious, because I'm curious, again, I don't have anyone else's perspective. Like, obviously, I'm playing blind, right? So, like, yeah. I don't know. I think I was just really engrossed in, like, the beginning and the middle stretch of the game. And now this, what seems to be, just for grouping terms, like, this final third seems different. But I don't want to say necessarily different in a bad way, but different in, like, a slightly jarring, and also, like, I kind of know what we're doing. And do I really care about the salvation or the making Mel and Yukimasa feel better about themselves when I was so engrossed in, like, maybe I was too engrossed in the love story between, like, and Mikkel's, like, background. Like, I was so into, like, learning about Mikkel and, you know, Giselle. I said this a bit ago, but I'm not too moved at the justification for the 3 men. Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I'll be really curious to see, like I said, I think once I have so many thoughts about, like, what I think will happen when, like, we open the door to, like, save Morgana. Like, I have so many thoughts. Like, there's something within me. I was saying it before. I bet, like, Morgana is already dead, or is gone, or is not there, or something. There's a part of me that thinks that, but that's less important to them. That's just theory crafting. But yeah, I don't know. I'm curious how like I said, I think I even said at the top of this stream, I'm curious. Curious to see how the plane lands, and it's clear that this game is doing a good job. Even if I was really engrossed by Mikkel and Giselle's story, everyone tied to all these stories with Morgana potentially basically being at the root of the whole thing, and everyone kind of branching from Morgana. That's why Morgana is, like, the last thing to save, right? Is because technically the story all starts with her and then goes outwards. And I assume everyone who reads Fata Morgana probably has favorite pairs of characters or favorite stories or whatever. And so by the writers having, like, all these different characters, I'm sure everyone in the fandom or who has read it is, like, has their favorite actual characters or something. And so I'm probably not that different from being like, oh, I really liked Mikkel's and Giselle's story and everything. And I'm sure there are people out there that really love Yukimasa and I almost said Giselle, Yukimasa and Pauline or something. And so, yeah, I think I just need to see, yeah, kind of like you, I just need to see how it ends. Which I think we're going to get in, like, the next week. I truly do. And I apologize. I will be reading probably this start of stream tomorrow late morning / early afternoon. If you can't make it because that's not part of the regular schedule, I apologize. Hopefully you can catch it up on the VOD or something, but it'll be just so that we can make sure that we're finishing in the next couple weeks. So, yeah, we'll do that. So we'll play Metal Gear tomorrow. Metal Gear Solid, since we're not playing tonight, because I'm being called away. Awkward timing and all. Yeah, you have a nice night as well. Take it easy. Have a great one. I'll be on throughout the weekend. Xenoblade probably. Metal Gear. This. All probably will be seen. Yeah. Until tomorrow. Have a good night. Have a great weekend.